Again, this is Sports Betting Whale with expertfreepicks.com. Going to be on information on this video today. Just back from the Super Bowl. At the end of the video here, you'll see some clips from the Super Bowl before the game and before halftime and watching the teams practice. And then also we recorded some in-game action and the winning touchdown from the Rams in the fourth quarter. You'll be able to see it from the stands. I'm going to talk a little bit now about one of the recent streaks I went on where I started with $1,000. I like to do that. I've done that since I was really young. We'll start with a base of $1,000 and run it up. But why do I like to do that? Well, if you catch a little cold patch and you don't win, usually $1,000 isn't going to kill you. If, maybe to you it's $10,000 or maybe it's $100. It's all relative, where it's just a affordable percentage of what you have available on a replenishable bankroll. So we started with $1,000 and we won $27,209 from that streak. And while we were on the streak betting the same games that we're giving out to our players on a voluntary tip program, a lot of players made money too. So it's a lot of fun for us. We're really focusing on getting the best selections and reviewing the games using all of our different systems and handicapping methods and instincts and experience. When you bet yourself, you learn more, because it's either you feel good about the win or you feel the pain of the loss. And it's different than these handicappers that don't bet on the games. They don't have that same experience of feeling whether they won or lost and having the impact in their pocketbook. So I always recommend, if you're going to follow a handicapper, follow someone that's made a lot of money betting, follow someone that bets on the games they're giving you. You won't find many, and if you do, you'll find someone that you can track. Our system involves that. We bet on the same games we give out, but what we do that's unique is we let you win first and pay us later. It's a voluntary tip program. When you win, you're on your honor system to tip us. Now, in all fairness, the program only works when people tip. So if you don't tip, then you can take advantage of us for a while, and at some point we're going to block the winning selections when we're on a hot streak. So you'll miss out. It doesn't make any sense not to tip at least 20 bucks or something to keep getting the picks. That makes sense for us. That's a model that really is custom fit. Some people bet big, tip 500. Some people bet small, tip 20. Really what we're looking for is just tip 10, 15, 20% of your winnings. With our system, you get to win first. We're not asking you for the money first. You win, you pay us a percentage of what you win. Again, we don't ask for your credit card. We don't harass you. If you take advantage of the system, you'll get away with it for a while, then you won't. And the people that are honorable and continue to tip, we give them all kinds of tip bonuses and they never miss out. And even if there's some last minute updates or things like that, they're gonna get them. So if you wanna make a lot of money, just tip when you win. It's that simple. So you're gonna see on the screen the 10-day winning streak from 1,000 to 27,209, and went all the way through February 10th. And you'll see all of the tickets, whether they won or lost. Everything's very transparent. Guys and gals, we have hot streaks, we have cold streaks. We're very transparent about it, very honest about it. Nobody can bet as many games as we do without going hot and cold. What's great about us is that we get really, really hot, and sometimes we get really, really cold. But if you have a system where you're betting more when you win, and you're maybe taking advantage of our round robins and our parlays, so even in a situation where let's say that we go on a equal amount of winning games and then an equal amount of losing games in a hot and cold streak. When we're cold, you're betting less and less and less and less, down to lunch money. When we're hot, you're betting more and more and more. And remember, a lot of our players, including ourselves, take round robins and parlays when we're hot. it really accelerates. One good day of round robins can make up for a week worth of losses, because the typical round robin's paying 4.5 to 7 or 8 to 1 on every single ticket we pay. And on this streak here, we hit round robins, I think, every single day, or sometimes multiple round robins a day. So it really accelerates. So our system allows you on the aggressive side to accelerate with a small amount of money, knowing that you might lose it, put in that base amount again, and off you go. You know, it's fun to go from 1,000 to 100,000, or it's even more fun to go from 1,000 to 1,000,000, which I've done multiple times. And you'll see, looking at the track record, that I've gone from 1,000 to 100,000, I don't know, 50 times or 100 times at least, since I've been giving out the picks. Happens a lot. So you can just tail along and do the same thing. Now, if you're not aggressive like me, or you don't have the capital to continue to replenish, then the conservative systems are for you. The other thing you can do is you can use the conservative systems as your base, take the profits from the conservative systems and throw some into the aggressive system. That way you're always on house money. Right now, our conservative ABC systems have won 109 times in a row. That's almost impossible and certainly unheard of. If you were going and taking a team not to cover, or to cover 3 times in a row, or a payday system where you're taking a bet in the morning, a bet in the afternoon, and a bet in the evening, and all you did is toss a coin 50-50 and randomly picked, you would win 7 or 8 times for every time you lost, and you would just lose the juice, basically, is what would happen. For us to be profitable, if we have 100 systems, if we hit 90 right out of the 100, that's 90 winners against 10 losers at an average of 8.2 losses, unit losses per series. That would be 90 to 82. At 90%, you still win. And if we have some underdogs in the mix, it's even better than that. So it all depends on what the odds are, but if they're all minus 110, it's 8.2 is how it comes out, how it works out. How does that work? I'll make it simple for you. You bet to win 1 unit, game 1. We call it the A bet. If you win, you're done. If it loses, you double up on the B bet. If you win, you're done. If B bet loses, you quadruple up on the C bet, so you end up with 1 unit no matter what. If you lose all 3, which hasn't happened in 109 series picks that we've had, you end up losing on average $8.2 for every dollar. So that's extremely conservative. I think we're right now well over 2 months without a single loss. So it's conservative. It's the golden goose approach. We're laying 1 golden egg a day for you. Sometimes we have multiple golden eggs, but generally it's 1 or 2 a day. And you can almost always take it to the bank. And right now, again, 109-0. So if you like the conservative plays, just stick with that. Or if you like to use the conservative plays as a base to create some profit to throw into the more aggressive plays, then that's a good strategy as well. Or if you like to shoot for the moon and take a relatively small amount and build it up to 100 times that amount, then ride us on the aggressive plays. All kinds of options available to you at expertfreepicks.com, and we're betting along with you the whole time. So again, look on the screen and you'll see all the different tickets on the last run. So you see that we were able to turn a 1 into over 27, so a 27-1 return at that point. What's interesting about the stadium, first time I've been at SoFi Stadium in LA, stadium cost over $5 billion. I'm like, wow, how could a stadium cost that much? But when you go in, you'll see some video too. When we were pulling up to the stadium, it's not up in the air like you normally see. It's like, where's the stadium? Well, because of the flight pass with LAX, they had to build the majority of the stadium underground. So when you go in, we have to take elevators or escalators down floors to get to even the upper seats. You'll see from our view we're in like level 2. There's 5 levels, so there's 3 levels above us. Well, we had to go quite a bit down just to get to level 2. The top is covered, but it's clear, and so it's a very unusual stadium the way they did it. Very, very amazing and quite impressive. The game itself went pretty much like we expected. We gave out the money line on the Rams. We did not want to lay 4 or 4.5, but why didn't we just take the Bengals plus 4 or 4.5? We saw that there was a slight advantage, more likely that the Rams would win by more than 4 or 4.5 versus the Bengals covering. Teams don't generally lose and cover in the Super Bowl. That's not the common thing. Usually the team that wins the game covers. So we also took the Rams because they're better defense. Typically the defense wins on Super Bowls. We liked a lot of the aspects. Any of you who took the prop bets, we came out of the gate firing at a 8.5 to 1 pick on Odell Beckham scoring the first TD. So that was fun. And then we really pushed Cooper Kupp that he would score TD, that he would have a lot of offensive yards, etc. And he ended up being MVP. Very close to pulling that trigger too. Should have, but generally wide receivers don't get the MVP. If the wide receivers have a good game, then the quarterback tends to get the credit. So we went with Stafford as the MVP, but Stafford had a couple of interceptions. I think that's the reason that he wasn't able to win that. The best bet of the day we had for the prop was that the Rams would have more sacks than the Bengals. I think that was the no-brainer of all prop bets, because clearly if you look at the offensive line of the Bengals, they really struggle in protecting Burrow. The Tennessee game, I think it was set a record for the playoffs, 9 sacks in that game. And you look at Tennessee's defensive line compared to the Rams' defensive line. As you know, the top players for the Rams really penetrate that backfield a lot. So we expected to see 7, 8, 9 sacks from the Rams and maybe 2, 3, 4 from the Bengals, and that's exactly what happened. So that was an extremely easy winner for you guys that took advantage of the prop bet opportunities with us. You had the 8, 8.5 to 1 win. You had wins on Cooper Kupp, and then the best bet was on the number of sacks being in the favor of the Rams. So I couldn't really see any way that wouldn't hit. So overall, it was a profitable, good Super Bowl for everybody. Hope that you made money on it, and certainly hope you had fun with it. All you have to do to join us is sign up at expertfreepicks.com and give us your name and email, and you're in. And we track it to see who's tipping and who's not tipping. If you're tipping, you continue to get all the plays. If you're not tipping, then we will send you notices, hey, we're sending you winners, you're not tipping. That goes against how our honor system works. And at some point, we'll start restricting the plays to you, in all fairness to the people who are tipping. If you do tip, you are able to join our tip reward programs, which have a lot of benefits as well, and we certainly appreciate you honoring the honor system with us. A lot of us work hard on coming up with these picks. College basketball right now, there might be 60 or 70 games to look through on a Saturday alone. It takes many, many hours. We have to look through it from every single angle. And then when a team makes the first cut, we have to look again to make sure that there's nothing unusual going on. Is there any injuries or something that we have to watch out? COVID, protocols, etc. That would make it where we scratch it from the list. We give you the best plays that we can. We do all the research for you and send them to you for free. All you have to do is win and tip when you win. It's that simple. It's the most fair and transparent program ever in this field, and it's certainly going to revolutionize how things are done. We don't think we're going to have any competition because this program only works if you're willing to put your money where your mouth is. Oops. Goodness gracious.
Jeez. Is this not a flat surface? I thought it was. Okay. Try number 3.
This program only works if someone like our group's willing to put money where their mouth is and to give out winners. Why won't we receive any competition? Well, who out there is doing what we're doing? And who out there is willing to do all the research, give you the picks for free, not ask you for anything, and bet on the same games? I don't know of anyone else doing this approach, and we hope you enjoy it. We hope you tell your friends about it so that we can really revolutionize how the sports handicapping business works, make it fair, honest, and transparent, and tell you how it is. So that's how we are. We're not flashy, we're not loud, we're not pressuring you, and we don't ask you to pay up front. That makes us quite unique. Hope you appreciate it. Please enjoy the videos from the Super Bowl, and always email us with any questions. Thank you.
Welcome to ExpertFreePicks.com, the world's first 100% free sports handicapping service. Our sports handicapping experts have won millions at the books, and now they're providing you with this free service so you can gain VIP access to our daily sports selections. One of our main handicapping experts is the sports betting whale, a famous professional sports bettor who's known for consistently beating the books for millions. This was all documented in his book, The Autobiography of the Sports Betting Whale. The Sports Betting Whale has now partnered with a team of other sports analysts, expert handicappers, and professional sports bettors to bring you ExpertFreePicks.com, the world's first 100% free sports handicapping service. It's an industry first, no strings attached. We will give you our picks for free. Other so-called touts and handicapping services want your money up front. That's how they get paid. Hell, they don't even bet on their own picks. But we do. In fact, we often bet up to hundreds of thousands of dollars on these same picks weekly. And now you'll gain access to these same picks from us daily, all for free. And I know you must be thinking, what's the catch? There's no catch. Now, if you win a bunch of money using our picks, then you can voluntarily send us a tip. You wouldn't dream of hitting it big at the tables and not tipping the dealer, but again, it's up to you. Tipping us for our effort in helping you win a bunch of money is totally voluntary. So we're not going to ask you to whip out your credit card because there's nothing to pay. We're not going to ask you for your phone number so you can be harassed by some high-pressure salesman. We just want to give you our picks for free so you can see the winning results for yourself. If you win a ton of money, maybe a little something for the effort. A voluntary tip donation from your winnings. Sound fair? It's an industry first. Win now, tip us later if you like. Again, the picks are free. These are the same picks that the Sports Betting Whale and our team of other handicapping experts are betting big money on daily, backed by a system that has won tens of millions of dollars over the years. It costs you nothing to gain access to these picks. Now, it's up to you. Let's get started. Fill out your information here and we'll immediately send you your latest picks absolutely 100% free of charge. It's just that simple.